Hello everyone and welcome back. Starting tomorrow, the 11th of December, the Endless Delve event will start. Get used to the view directly behind my head, because that is all you're going to see really, because you're only allowed in that area or the delve itself. There will be no hideouts and no towns. So, we got some more information about the delve, which I'll go through now, and then I want to go through the build I'll be playing in the next league. So firstly, what level do we start at in delve? We start at level 1. All the monsters have been scaled down, so that they should be a lot easier than if you'd started normally. Each class will be provided with 5 uniques from the pool, and those uniques will be flashing up at the top of the screen as I talk until we get to the build itself. So what do we start with? Every player will start with 40 wisdom scrolls, and they'll also start with any gems that they would normally get on the Twilight Strand. 2 small life flasks, a small mana flask, and 5 starter unique items from the pool. The items are decided by class. That will also be available, what you can use on the screen to the left. Now, if you want an item that isn't on your character, you can create a different character to then trade it through your stash tabs. What about skill gems? Because obviously we get skill gems through quests that are not going to be available because there's no leveling outside of Delve. Well, we're going to get those. We're going to get up to a total of 24, and they'll be awarded at 3 at each of the following levels, which is 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. Total of 24. So each time you get those levels, you get an extra 3 points that you can spend on whatever you need. Now, what about helping the bandits? You can't, because they're not there. So you only get the 2 extra points, so do take that into account when you're building your character. The only vendors that are going to be available to you are Lily Roth and Nico. Nico's inventory will reset each time you do a delve encounter, so it's not per level, it's per delve encounter, which could be quite useful. Lily Roth will sell every gem that's available in the game from level 1, and all of the prices for all gems are 1 wisdom scroll. Lily Roth will also have an extra tab, which will sell all of the different currencies that are normally available from the vendors throughout the game, except for portal scrolls, and that's probably because portal scrolls have no use within Delve. Will there be a crafting bench? No, there won't. So you can't craft anything outside of fossil crafting. So you're going to have to take that into account. You're going to have to really work for what you're getting, because there's nothing to improve what you're getting. What about prophecies, divination cards, and maps? Prophecies, divination cards, and maps will still drop, but there'll be no way of using them because you won't have the relevant NPCs to actually trade them into. So they're all completely useless in this delve. Drop a doctor card, it's worth nothing. You might as well just throw it back on the ground. That's going to be so... I bet so many of them drop as well. What about delve progression? Is that per character or per account? Normally, obviously, it's per account. For this, it's going to be per character. So if you start a new character, it will be in its own instance of delve. And remember, this event is solo self-found, so there is no team play, which could be deeply disappointing for some. And there's also no trading. So whatever you get, that's what you live with. So this event could be completely determined by your ability to drop items from RNG. And if Heist League is anything to go by, my RNG was terrible, and so this is not going to go very well for me. How do you join the event? The same way you join Mayhem. Very straightforward. Just when you go to create a character, there's a load of selections saying join on the right. Just pick the right one, so either Delve or Hardcore Delve, and go for it. So what character am I playing and why? So I wasn't too keen on doing the Mayhem event, but I decided to do it anyway because there was loads of Harbingers and loads of extra stuff you wouldn't normally get while leveling, which would sort of simulate the number of mobs you get in Delve. So I decided to roll 3 different characters in Mayhem and work out which of those 3 was the best for Delve. So I did a Volatile Dead with Brands. The Volatile Dead was a bit too slow to keep up with the trash, and you'd end up dying too frequently, so I ditched that one. Now, I did take all of these to maps and endgame to give them a fair chance. I next then switched to Armageddon Brand. That was really, really strong with Cremation for helping boss kills. That was amazing for killing bosses. Not so great for killing trash. And as Delve is mostly trash, that also wasn't the best possible choice. And then finally I tried Icicle Mines, which then I progressed to Glacial Cascade. That felt amazing. It's quick, it's efficient, and it destroys pretty much all trash. Anything it doesn't destroy, like any rares or unique bosses, tend to just freeze. So they don't do any damage either. So that is what I went with. Now, obviously this isn't a build guide, so we're not going to go over the build in detail. I will go over the ascendancies, purely so you know the order. But for the build itself, you'll have to grab the path of building from the description below. Down there. Go download it. If you don't know how to use path of building, I have a guide which I will link in the description also. So you can get the path of building paste bin, import it into path of building, and then see exactly what I built. Now the only thing you can't tell is the order in which I chose the sentences. So for sentences, and these are available at fixed levels from the sort of Delve base where you find Nico. And they're available at level 33, at level 55, level 68, and level 75, which is the same level, the official levels to run the labs effectively. So for my sentences, we're going Saboteur in the Shadow branch. Firstly, we're going to go at level 33 for Pyromaniac. This gives us great regen because we get 1% of life regenerated per second per mine detonated up to a maximum of 10%. So that's pretty much 10% life regen all the time. We also get a mana reservation reduction for throwing mines, and we're immune to ignite and shock, which is very nice because shock, a big cause of death a lot of the time. At level 55, we'll be going for Bomb Specialist. This gives us 4% increased area of effect, 20% increased mine throwing speed, 40% increased damage if we detonated a mine recently, which is all the time, and 20% increased detonation speed. At level 68, we'll be going for Demolition Specialist, which gives us 100% increased effect of auras as we use high impact mines. That doubles the 2% per mine to 4% per mine for the chance to gain double damage. It also causes mines to hinder nearby enemies for 2 seconds for a 40% movement speed reduction, also helping you survive. For our final ascendancy at level 75, we're going for Born in the Shadows. This allows us to blind enemies that we hit at a 25% chance. We also gain 30% increased damage with hits and ailments against blinded enemies. So as we're going to blind everything, that's a lot of extra damage. All that's left for me to say is best of luck in the Delve event. Hopefully you have better RNG than I had in Heist, otherwise it's going to be a painful leveling process. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. You've been watching Altec 2K. Thank you for watching.